guys, Brandon here. For the past year, I've been tracking my total energy use in the Tesla, and I've been using it or doing it with the trip data. So I can show you that. Yeah, here we go. So that's the data. In there, there's one called December, and I started tracking with that last December. I don't know, it was like the first week of December sometime, I don't remember exactly, but anyway, I used over 4,000 kilowatt hours last year. I actually used more than that, but I did a couple of trips using the supercharger network, and so the point of tracking this is to see how much energy I use to charge at home and how much that costs per month. So I subtracted, using kind of an average amount of energy per mile, I subtracted how much energy I would have used on those supercharging trips. And I came out with a grand total of, let's see, about 4,000 kilowatt hours, 4,026 actually, but that's probably close to a rounding error. So, my electricity use, or my electricity rate has changed. So I always charge at night because it's cheaper and I'm not usually driving anywhere. And so my electricity rate at night, last year for a while it was, let's see, I think it was 6 cents per kilowatt hour, plus like all the distribution fees, which is like another 5 cents. So I was paying 11 cents for a couple months last winter, and then the rest of the months it's totaled about 13. So multiplying that together, let's see, my total cost of charging at home over the past year is $523, and now I'm basing that based on how much electricity I've used, not how much electricity I actually took to charge the car. So you always lose a little bit of electricity going into the car. And also, if the car has to heat the battery to make it optimized for charging conditions or whatever, that takes additional electricity. So this is, it's going to be wrong, and it's probably a little bit higher than that, but this is a good estimate. So I averaged 335 kilowatt hours per month, and the cost per month is $44, which is higher than I previously calculated. I must have been using a different, I don't know, maybe I didn't track enough or something like that, because I had tracked like winter data and then I had tracked summer data, and winter is always higher than summer. Summer use, I use a lot less electricity because the car uses less electricity because it doesn't take as much energy to get going on the roads. There's no snow. There might be rain, but that's not as bad. It's not as cold. The heaters aren't going. The battery doesn't have to heat itself. You use AC, but that uses a lot less energy than the heater. So the average use is 44. That means in the winter months I'm probably averaging, I am averaging higher than that. So that's pretty good, $44 per month. And I averaged, let's see, I did about 13,000 miles over the last year, and so that's like, let's just use the total. So $523 divided by 13,000 miles. So I'm averaging 4 cents a mile over the course of the year. Higher in winter, lower in summer, of course. So that's pretty darn cheap, really. And I would use less electricity. We didn't go on that many trips last year, so I would use less home charging electricity if we were doing more trips because we'd be using the supercharger and stuff. So my electric bill is usually 100, and it averages 175 per month. So 44 in 175. So my electric bill, or my charging costs, at least the way I've estimated it, accounts for, 25% of my electric bill. Another way to say it is 175. If I was not charging my car, I would be averaging $131 dollars. So another way to summarize this is that if I didn't have the electric vehicle, my electric use would cost $131 per month. So adding the electric vehicle increases my bill by over 33%, about 34%. So again, it's probably a little bit more because you lose electricity. I mean, you lose some power as it goes from one source to another one. So of course this isn't accurate, but I mean, well, I mean, it's accurate to some degree, but it's not precisely accurate. So somewhere between $40 and $50 is probably a good summary of how much I spent per month driving 13,000 miles in 1 year. So yeah, if you're trying to figure out, if you don't have an EV and you can't track this and you're trying to predict it, basically take how many miles you've driven per year. Well, it depends what kind of climate you use. So the Tesla uses an average efficiency of 300 watt hours per mile. So let's say you drive 15,000 miles per year. That's quite a bit. So 15,000 miles, if you get 300 watt hours per mile, which if you're in a sunny area like California, Arizona, that's entirely reasonable. So if you multiply that by 0.3, which would be 0.3 kilowatt hours per mile, you're looking at 4,500 kilowatt hours per year, which is close to what I use. So then multiply the number of kilowatt hours times whatever your rate is at night. Let's say you get electricity for 10 cents per kilowatt hour. That means that your total cost for the year is $450. So that's not too bad. That's a quick and dirty way. Now I had estimated all this stuff before, like I said, and I was gonna watch that video to see what I had estimated before so I could compare it to this, and I forgot to do that. But it is higher. This is higher. This is the first time I had tracked like an entire year, so this is more accurate than my previous estimations, and for sure this is higher than I thought it was. But still, you know, 4 cents a mile is pretty darn good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bit of a nerdy video, but you know, that's the kind of stuff I do. So if you would like more Tesla videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get alerts when there's new videos, and thanks for watching.